Remember the killer, the lyrical beats, I'm gon' murder ya. Humping you like a hernia. You suck, I'm just confirming it. And if you get defeated, they clearly be talking about you. Get off the bandwagon, get swinging on dicks and get your brand accurate.
Yo, what up people, it's your boy, it's ThaLiveKing coming at you with a quick video. And in this video, I just want to talk about the fact that NBA Live really has to get rid of all the predetermined stuff that goes on in the game. There's a lot of scenarios where I can pick and choose. For instance, like if you play the 1 and they tell you to go to a spot, as soon as you get close to that spot, it's like the AI would take over and would automatically get you to that spot rather than you know, holding the button down and getting to that spot yourself. And stuff like that really gotta go, because to me there's a lot of space. There's not a lot of space on the basketball court for that to happen, and it really brings a lot of frustrations to the game. So a lot of the predetermined stuff that's been plaguing NBA Live over the last few years, they got to get rid of it. I know a lot of people are talking about canned animations and stuff like that, but they got to be talking about this predetermined stuff too. I know last year, NBA Live 18, a lot of the issues was the putbacks, because if a guy even if he didn't have a position on you, and the AI determined that he was supposed to put that ball back into like a putback dunk in the game, he was going to do it regardless. So there was really no way to counter that move. So they need to look at how they can get this game to play similar to the way NBA Elite was playing, with limited canned animations, limited predetermined stuff, and go from there. I have a quick example right here that I'm going to show you guys. Watch this. Now I'm controlling Bojan Bogdanovic, and he's in a mismatch guarding Lopez. So Lopez gets the pass, and watch Bogdanovic. He goes out of bounds trying to steal the ball. Now in that situation, I did not press any button whatsoever. It was a predetermined animation, and that's one of the issues I have with the game. And it's just something that's gotta go, man. There's not a lot of space on the basketball court for those things to happen. Now, I know there's a lot, it happens a lot in FIFA, but it only happens in certain situations where if you kick the ball out of bounds and you're sprinting and the AI determines that you can't get the ball, your guy would automatically slow down. See, and that's fine, because, you know, in those situations, it's kind of realistic for it to happen, because you're not going to chase the ball all the way out of bounds when you have no chance of getting the ball back in. So, but the way it happens in NBA Live, it's like there's not a lot of space to work with. So once you see stuff like that happening, it creates a disadvantage for either the offense or defensive player based on the situations. And like I said, like there's certain situations where, you know, when you're running a play, you're supposed to get to that exact spot, and the AI would take over your player. Even when after you score in live run, the CPU would take over your player and have you run into the backcourt. It's like they need to get rid of all that stuff in NBA Live. Like, there's no reason why it should be in the game. You should have total control in every situation that happens in the game. The only thing you shouldn't have any control over is stuff that's like in the cutscenes. Other than that, everything that is predetermined in the game and it takes away from the user control, it has to go. Like, you have to clean it up. You know, cam blocks are one thing. You really shouldn't have cam blocks in the game, but I understand why they have it in the game. But I think the reason why you see a lot of these different canned two-man animations is because of the lack of collisions. Now, I know it's a broken record, but I'm going to bring up NHL again, because in NHL, you rarely see warping in that game. Like, you might see it with the puck in certain situations, but you won't see it happening like with body checks, collisions, any of that stuff. Like, you just won't see it, right? And they have a slider where you can actually turn it up. Like, it's called a stumble animation, and you could turn it all the way up to 100, and the slightest, like if your guy gets hit in the leg, the slightest hit will cause him to react. And that's where NBA Live has to go with the collision system, because, you know, if a guy breaks a defense, like say if a guy splits 2 defenders or whatever, and his foot gets caught on one of the defenders, you know, that's a foul, right? He's gonna trip, he's gonna fall, he's gonna lose the ball, and he's gonna get called for a foul. The defender's gonna get called for a foul. And that's where they need to go. They need to, like, a lot of people are complaining about the jump shots and stuff like that, but the overall floor game with collisions, it needs work. And the way to get rid of canned animations is to improve the collision system, not just in the half court, but all over the court. So like if you're in the back court and a guy, and they also need to have a weight class system so that this system can actually work. Because if you're a small point guard and a guy is trying to set a screen on you and you don't have enough power to knock him down or whatever, or if you're bigger than the guy that's setting the screen, you should be able to knock him down and, you know, draw a foul or something like that, right? It just adds more, you know, variety to the gameplay, and, you know, it prevents a lot of things like predetermined foul calls and, you know, predetermined putback dunks and everything. If a guy knows he can't get that ball, you know, it's just going to, you know, create more opportunities for whoever has the advantage. Because once you try to bulldoze somebody over with a better collision system, you can get called for a foul. So it also helps you play smarter in the game, because right now a lot of people can just bully their way into the paint and stuff like that, and it's just not realistic, right? Like the sample I just showed you right there, it was just mainly an offensive, it was just an offensive, defensive glitch with the stealing animation. But once they get rid of all that predetermined stuff and add a better collision system, man, like this game could be so good, man. Like, but they just gotta have it in their priorities, man, because not only do they need a better collision system, they also need a better passing system, right? Because I don't think anybody touched the passing this year for NBA Live, so that needs an overhaul too, right? So I think overall the floor game is pretty good at NBA Live, but it just needs more unpredictability. And it's not about sim or arcade or any of that stuff. It's just about, you know, what's going on the floor and what can happen in certain situations. So like if a guy is getting tripped out there on the floor, he should fall, right? So I'm just gonna leave it at that. I didn't want to make this video too long. I just wanted to talk about, you know, a couple of things. What do you guys think about, you know, a better collision system? What do you guys think about the predetermined stuff in the game? Let me know down in the comments section, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Alright? I'm out of here. Peace.
I got a confession. I possess the God particle, lock me up for possession. The relationship with God should be great for proper protection. If I am to show and prove, ain't no need to ask me no question. The segregation real, you should probably stay in your section.